Hi everyone, my name is Vinay Kumar Sharma and I will teach you social science. In today's lecture, we will cover the first chapter of history, that is understanding modern Indian history. So let's start. After learning this chapter, you people will be able to answer the questions like what is history, periodization of Indian history, meaning of colonization, and the sources of modern Indian history. So let's begin. What is history? History means knowledge that is gained from the study of past is called history. Now, why this subject is important? This subject is important to understand about human development in different fields, like in the field of agriculture, in the field of culture, in the field of industries and education. How this is useful to us, let's try to understand through one example. Let's take the example of agriculture. When early humans were living in the caves, at that time early humans were leading a life of the hunter-gatherers, and at that time the agriculture development was not very much developed. But nowadays you can see that human beings are using the modern machines, other type of tools, better quality of seeds. So you can compare the development in the field of agriculture since that time to till date. In this way you can also compare the development of other fields. Now let's move towards next topic, periodization of Indian history. Dear students, history is a very long subject and it is difficult to study past, which ranges from the start of life till date. Therefore historians have divided the subject into three periods, and these periods are ancient history, medieval history and modern history. The students, you have studied about the ancient Indian history in class 6th. You have studied about the medieval Indian history in class 7th, and this year you are going to study about the modern Indian history. This in the ancient time also many people were there who tried to divide the history into different parts, like James Mill, a Scottish economist, also divided the Indian history into three parts: Hindu, Muslims and British, in his book A History of British India. But that division of the Indian history is not very much appropriate. Let's move next topic. What is colonization? So colonization is the practice by which a powerful country directly controls less powerful countries and uses their resources to increase its own power and wealth. Like Britishers made India its colony and used its resources for centuries. Now, sources of modern Indian history. So dear students, there are a lot of archaeological as well as the modern sources of Indian history are available to us. Some of them I have written here, like administrative records, surveying, monuments and towns and newspaper. Let's study about them in detail. First, administrative records. At that time, Britishers were keeping the record of each and every department in their rooms, to which we call record rooms, very safely, so that they may use those resources or those records for the future reference. So whenever we study about those resources, we can also come to know about the modern Indian history. Similarly, Britishers also conducted at that time different type of surveys, like land survey, census they conducted about the forest resources available in India. They related to that they also conducted the surveys, and through these surveys they wanted to know about the Indian resources. Once they knew the resources, then they could use those resources for their own benefit in a better way. That's why they conducted these surveys, and those surveys records are also available as a source of Indian history with us. Next, Britishers also made different type of monuments, like they made Victoria Memorial and the India Gate, and they also provide us some knowledge about modern Indian history. Similarly, Britishers also established different towns during their time period, like New Delhi was made. Similarly, the city Kolkata was established, which provide us the valuable information about the modern Indian history. During that time also, the newspapers had become very much popular. They were written in the local language as well as in the national language, and they were highlighting about the policies of Britishers and what the Indian people wanted from the Britishers. They also highlighted, and when we read those newspapers, we also come to know about the modern Indian history. So whatever we have studied, let's recapitulate that. Knowledge that is gained from the study of past is called history. Next, we studied periodization, means division of history in three parts: ancient, medieval and modern. Then we studied colonization is the practice by which a powerful country directly controls less powerful countries and uses their resources. And in the last, we studied some sources of modern Indian history are administrative records, surveys, monuments and newspapers. Now let's do the quick revision whatever we have studied. You have to state whether the statement is true or false. First, knowledge that is gained from the study of past is called history. Is this true or not true? Well, the statement is true statement. Second question. The modern period of Indian history starts from the 21st century. So, the statement is not correct. The statement is false statement, because the modern period of the Indian history starts from the 18th century, not from the 21st century. Next question. Colonization is a process by which a powerful country controls the resources of another country. Well, the statement is true statement. Like Britishers controlled the Indian. Next, India was the colony of Americans till 15 August 1947. So, the statement is false statement, because India was not the colony of Americans. India was the colony of the Britishers. Next question. James Mill wrote the book A History of British India. Yes, he wrote the book A History of British India, in which he divided the Indian history into three parts: the Hindu, Muslims and British. So this is all about in today's lecture. Thank you very much. Stay protected, stay healthy in your homes. God bless you all.